Welcome back to Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow, and today we have a very special guest on the show. Let me give you a couple of words about my guest. Singer, songwriter, artist, and fitness consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Toronto, Canada, KIIA. How are you, brother?
Good, brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, man, thank you for joining us on the show. You know, we try to be internationally known around here, and why not start with our brothers and sisters to the north? So let's get started with a little of these questions about the music, okay?
Would love that, man.
All right, let's talk about your song Around the Globe. What is the song about?
It's based on a true love story. So I wrote it after, around the time of a really beautiful roller coaster of a relationship.
Okay.
And it's about, going around the world with the person you love the most, the person you can call home,
Hey, you know what? Trust me. I understand. I get it. I've seen the video. So we're going to talk about that in a second. I've seen the video, and let me just say, for those of you who haven't seen this video, please, man, go to YouTube, check it out now. Around the Globe by KIIA. Man, hot. Visuals, hot. Full crew,
Thank you,
man. Workout scenes, cars going through fields, beautiful. But before I get into all of that, how would you describe your musical sound?
He goes under the genre of electro pop, but I would actually describe it as like a clash between East and West, because all the productions like electronic, it's like electronic production, but I always try to bring in like harmonies and different melodies from Eastern side.
Okay.
So that's why people are like, oh, this sounds different. That's what you hear that's a little bit different in the sound is the Eastern melodies.
So, who were some of your inspirations? Like, how long have you been in music?
I've been playing instruments since I was 7 years old, but professionally involved since 2014. And like my inspiration, Sting, one of my number one inspirations. I love the guy, multi-instrumentalist, great songwriter, great lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I love Pitbull, I love a lot of different artists, but for different reasons. Like Pitbull, was Mr. International. He started collaborating with all these different artists all around the world. Who else? Michael Jackson, greatest of all time. There's a lot of I take inspiration from the most innocent situations in life, man. Like just walking down the street, I could just see a normal person. It doesn't have to be definitely like a musician, to inspire me.
All right. Well, man, you know what? That's good to know. You pretty much named some heavy hitters, in those that you named as far as inspiration. And as you said, if you can walk down the street and just find inspiration within what you see just in walking down the street, I think that's, that says a lot about your creative talent. Now, let's get into this video. Let's talk about this video for a second, okay? As I said, I saw the video, love it. I love the car going through the field. I don't know what it is. There's just something about that. The boat out on I don't know if that was a lake.
Yeah, that's actually just downtown Toronto.
Oh, yeah. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, my man KIIA over here is big balling on the budget as far as the video goes. Who directed the video and who created the visuals for that?
So actually a really good friend of mine, his name is Director SJ.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the biggest in the Persian music industry. He does a lot of international videos, but he's huge, in the Persian and international community. So Director SJ, I was fortunate to work with him. A friend of mine introduced me to him, and he's like, "You guys should work together." As soon as I saw his work, I was like, "Wow, this guy's so talented."
Okay.
And so he's the man behind it, man. He did the editing, all the colors, like that field. You mentioned the drive. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So that field, you know how it's like reddish.
Yes.
The sides.
Yes.
Those are actually yellow in real life. So he painted all that. Like, I don't even know how he did it, man. But it's like, if you see the difference between the color, you'll be like, wow.
Right. No.
Super talented guy.
I'm telling you, like, what was it like to like work on set and do all of this? You know, because here you are out on the lake, then you are I think you all are in a gym, and then you all are like out somewhere everywhere. You know, so what was it like to like work on that set? What was it like to do the video?
It was really cool. It was actually quite a journey, man. I don't think I've ever had a video take this long. Okay. So, believe it or not, it actually took about 6 or 7 months to finish the video. Like, we did the boat scene last September. And then, like, few months later, we did a gym scene. And then for the driving scene, we were waiting for the perfect time. And we're looking for a classic car. I know out there in Los Angeles, you guys have a lot of, you know, classic cars, but over here we don't get that many, man.
Okay, so, all right, yeah.
So there's all these rules around it that I didn't even know. Like, you're supposed to pay like a $50,000 deposit, and then like it's all these crazy things. So, you know, we had to wait to find the right car and you know, the right scenery, you know, to shoot it all. But it was beautiful, man. It was a journey of like 6 or 7 months, but really happy with the outcome.
Well, that's what's up, man. Hey, look, as I said before, around the globe, for those of you who have not gone onto YouTube yet, KIIA. KIIA is the artist, KIIA, around the globe. Watch the video. Dope visuals. It's really, man, look, I'm going to be honest. Like, when I first heard it, I'm like, you know what? This is definitely in the club. I'm going to get my drink as this is playing, and I probably have to yell at the bartender to get my drink, because this is like how great of a club banger this really is, man. So I just want to tell you that, man. Like, I really do appreciate the visuals and just the song as well.
Oh, man, I really appreciate your feedback, man. That's amazing. It means a lot.
Hey, look. No one is worthless, no story is worthless around here. That's our motto, all right? So we pride ourselves on being true. But aside from music, let's go, aside from music real quick. You're very passionate about like health and fitness. How do you use that passion to inspire people?
Well, that's actually an amazing question, man. So for me, like health and fitness, I started when I was 15 years old. And it was just a way of like an outlet for me, like to get my aggression out. I was going through a lot at the time. Like my parents were splitting up, and like I basically used the gym to work out my problems. And then life threw me a curveball, and I was in and out of hospitals for kidney stones for a while. So it was like maybe a period of 2 or 3 years that I was like 8 surgeries, 65 kidney stones removed, and like all this shit that I had to go through. So coming out of that, like I looked at myself and I decided to completely change my life, like mental, emotional, physical, and I just went into this overdrive. But the physical transformation, I think, was the first part that you visually see. And that really helped me change my life, essentially. Like that transformed my life so much. It had such an impact in my life that I just decided to make it my mission to, help other people, inspire them to go after their dreams. And, and for a lot of people, believe it or not, it actually starts with their body, because once they change that mental image of, who they are, then they go and change all other areas of their life. The discipline it takes and, the dedication, it translates into every other area, So I always try to, I've been involved in the fitness industry for 15 years, and I always try to inspire my friends, my family, my clients, to go after what it is they want. Like we already know what we want, it's just the stories that we keep telling ourselves that we stop ourselves from pursuing. our greatest passions and, biggest things that we're fortunate enough to chase,
Hey man, I think that is a great philosophy, in everything that you just said, because health is wealth, let's just start there, if you don't have the health, then everything that you're like trying to accomplish and seek is going to be very hard. B, the fact that you are a inspiration to those around you, and just the story that you told, should be inspirational enough because you've lived it, you've done it, and now here you are out here spreading the message for others to hear and get. Not necessarily trying to beat people over the head with it, but hey, I've been down that road, I've been there. Man, look, this has happened. It all starts here. If you need help, I'm here. Trust me. You know what? I think that's very noble of you, sir. Very noble.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it, man.
Very noble. So, let me just ask, everything that we just talked about, what is your secret to balancing your music and your fitness career, man? Because I know it has to be hard. I know once you're in the studio, you're in the groove, you're like writing these songs, you're like playing this music, you get in the groove, and sometimes that's hard, to get out of, to go, okay, hey, I gotta go, make sure I'm, doing this, I'm doing that. Because I know as a creative, sometimes when you're in your groove, and it's hard to get out.
Yes, very true. It's like, I'm still finding the balance, to be honest with you. And for years, like it's tricky because a lot of people look at music from outside and they think just because you dropped like a music video, all of a sudden you're balling, and it doesn't work like that. So the fitness has actually been the bread and butter. That's been my main source of income, and I was fortunate enough to do it for years. So sometimes I had to draw the line. Like there'd be times where we're jamming at the studio and it's 4 a.m. and we're just vibing, and I have a client at 7 a.m. So, a lot of sleep sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I love them both so much that I had to literally make other sacrifices. Like I'm not dating anyone right now, so I don't have time for a relationship. I don't have time for a lot of things because I'm literally pursuing 2 careers at the same time. And they're both great passions of mine, so I'm not ready to give either one up yet. And the thing is, Ty, like right now, I'm more about bringing them together. Like it was always like I had 2 separate lives. It's like, okay, here's my fitness career, and people who know me from that career, they like think that's my whole life. And then there's my music people, and then they think, wow, like you should give your whole time to this. So now I'm just like, and that's what this video was kind of. It was for the first time, like I'm actually wearing my company logo. So what you see me wearing in the gym is my company logo, and we were fortunate enough to partner up with Norman Powell from the Raptors Toronto, and he provided some of the other clothing.
World champion Raptors.
Yes. So yeah, man, it's been amazing, and I feel like that video, for the first time, it captures music and fitness coming together, which was cool to see people responding. Like even my clients are messaging me about the video now. They're like, that was really cool. Is that the same gym we work at? I'm like, yes.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, like I'm watching it, but more so I'm listening. And, I'm a music lover, and I know what sounds great when I hear it. And as soon as I turn it on and I'm listening to it on YouTube, I'm like, okay, yep, club banger. Man, you play this around 1:32 in the morning, right before things are about to get like at its real like apex, and then boom, you just crash it on. I already know when to play it. Trust me, I know. I've been in enough clubs, I can tell you.
Love it, man. That's amazing.
But no, man.
We can't go to clubs now. I'd love to hear that at club, but we can't go to clubs no more.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, that is the downside. But you know what? Hey, man, it's a great song. Even if you can't hear it in a club, man, I would love to hear it on the soundtrack for a show or a movie or what have you. It really is a great song. And
thank you so much, man.
Smoke, man. It really is a great song, you know.
I really appreciate that, brother. It's one of my favorites too, man.
Well, that's what's up, man. But before we get out of here, I have to ask you this question. This question is pretty much what my show is known for. So I'm going to ask, KIIA, what word best describes you and why?
Ooh. Resilient.
Resilient. Okay. Good word. Great word. May I ask why?
Just everything I've been through in life, man. I feel like I've never had the easy route for anything, and I had to, like, you know, just keep going through it and fail and get up and fail and get up. And I fell way too many times, you know, for the average person. And I kept going. So, and I'm gonna continue to keep going. Like, I just honestly have that mindset that I have complete faith that, you know, I'm here for a purpose, and I'm here to deliver that purpose, and nothing's gonna stop me. So I feel like that's the best word.
Hey man, look, no, I feel that's a great word, you know, basically in everything that you've described, you know, just like your musical journey, you know, your personal journey in fitness, and how, you know, you are still, you know, continuing to combine the two. Your video, man, that's your opening stage of combining the two. And I mean, honestly, you know, I don't think this is the last the world is going to hear from you. I'm pretty sure you have more in the tank, more to come. And man, we're just getting started, you know. We've only just begun.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. Well, awesome. Man, you know, I want to thank you for being on the show today. But before we get out of here, how can people get in contact with you? If people want to see more of KIIA, how can people see more of KIIA?
Well, it's KIIA. So if they search KIIA on Google, I'm pretty sure it's gonna come up. On YouTube, same thing on Spotify, and on Instagram they can find me under KIIA Music Official. So there were a couple of pages, so it was like official, KIIA Music Official, and it's KIIA Music or KIIA everywhere else.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm happy to hear from people and hear their feedback. I'm not one of those snobby people. Like, I always welcome. It's a community for me, you know. Like, if you appreciate my music, I want to talk to you. I want to hear from you. What part did resonate with you? You know what I mean?
Hey, it's like I told you. You know I saw it, and you know, I didn't want to get into the other parts, you know, with the young lady and all, but hey, you know, it was a good video. You know, I'll just leave it at that. It's a great video. All right.
Yeah, they gotta go watch it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Word with Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Man, KIIA, thank you for being on the show. Everyone,
thank you so much for having me, brother. I really appreciate it, man.
Man, look here. You know, anytime. Man, everyone, please be safe and have a great day. We out.
You too, man. Take care, brother.
All right.